this is Jill from Paper Daisy Crafting. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demo here in the UK, and I bring you craft projects, paper craft projects, hoping to inspire you on your own paper craft journey. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced crafter, you're very welcome here, and I hope you'll find my videos do give you a little bit of inspiration. Today, this is going to be our project. This was a card that I posted on my blog a few days ago, and it was for a blog hop where the theme was a throwback Thursday. It was last Thursday and it was throwback Thursday, so you needed to do something that was with something that we'd used previously, and I chose to look back through some old catalogues. I would encourage you to keep all your old catalogues because they're a real source of inspiration for projects. Even though the products change, you can see a project and think, oh, I can adapt that, and exactly what I did here was adapt this card from this old catalogue. So just going to show you how we made it with today's current items, products. So I did this in Pool Party. I'm going to change it up today. I'm going to use Calypso Coral. Calypso Coral is not a colour that I use an awful lot, but I thought I would start trying to use a few colours that I don't tend to use. So Calypso Coral it is today. So I'm going to start off by making my card blank, which is going to be 15 by 21 centimetres. And then I'm going to score it at 10.5. So that's my normal card blank, 15 by 10.5 centimetres. If you're scoring it in inches, it's at 4 1/8. It'll be 8.5 wide, and you'll score it at 4 1/8. Just going to find my bone folder. That's the basis of my card. That's my card blank. Oh, and I shouldn't have put my trimmer away because I'm going to need it again. I'm going to cut out a piece of cardstock, so a piece of Calypso Coral cardstock, which is going to be 8.5 by 8.5 centimetres. Oh, I've got any straight edges here. Right, let's try that. Yeah, 8.5. Just want to make sure I've got enough to get some straight edges. Let's just trim this down. This is just a scrap of card that wasn't square, obviously, had been cut by hand. So just need to make sure I've got square edges all the way around. So 8.5 by 8.5 centimetre. Oh, that's not quite going to be big enough. Oh, we're just going to make it fit. I think we will. Obviously cut too much off it. There we go. That'll do. It's slightly less than what I wanted it. Just going to trim off that little bit again because it's not a very clean edge. There we go. Won't matter too much, I don't think. Still not a clean edge. I think I need a new blade in my trimmer. It's getting to that stage where I've had it in for a few months now and it probably needs a new blade. Then I'm going to take my designer series paper and I'm going to take that. I'm going to do it slightly, because my square is slightly smaller, I'm just going to do it 7.9 rather than 8. It should have been 8, but I've just trimmed off a little bit off my square. So, and this is where the Stampin' Up coordination comes into play, because you can see that you've got beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. That is not quite square. So let's see what's happening here. Just trim another little bit off here, just to get that so it's square. That's better. Yeah. Okay, so that's my square. So that's all of that done. Get rid of all the bits. Save those bits of DSP. Right, I'm just going to go around this cardstock with my bone folder. Like so, because otherwise it has a lip around it, which really annoys me. It doesn't happen so much on the designer series paper, but you can still do it if you'd like to. And then there might be a lip on one of the edges of my card as well. So I will just do that there while I've got my bone folder out. It's just my little quirk. I just don't like those lips that it leaves on. Okay, so I'm going to take my Tombow and I'm going to adhere my piece of designer series paper. This is from the family stacks. This is from the Subtles family stack. So you get, I think you get 48 papers in 4 different patterns, because there's 2 double-sided. And I want to say they're 1075, but they come in the family stacks. So they come in Subtles, Brights, Regals, Neutrals, and then the 2 in colour families. And I have to say, they're one of the first things that I buy when a new catalogue comes out, and I use them so much. I love the colour coordination. I use them an awful lot, so there we go. There we are. Stick that down, and that's going to go on the front here with our butterfly. Now our butterflies are from the Butterfly Brilliance set. So I've got my butterfly mounted up, so it's, let me show you on here. It's this butterfly that I'm using. So it's not the biggest one, or that one, it's the next one down really, third one down in size wise. So I've just got a piece of cardstock and my Calypso Coral stamp pad. And there we go. Like so. And then to cut this out, we've got dies that don't come apart. So you need to find the right butterfly on. So I would cut this out, because otherwise you're going to ruin the rest of your cards, waste the rest of your cardstock. So cut this out, and then that is going to go on there like that. And then this whole thing needs to go through your die cutter. I've already done it. There. Really pretty detailed images here, but that's how I did that. So just put it through like that. And then I've also cut out the big one, which I don't know where I've put the die now. Must have had it out somewhere. Oh, there it is. My desk, this one. So I've die cut that and then just removed all the little pieces. So those are the 2 butterflies that I'm using. This is another set that I haven't used nearly enough. Really need to start using my stuff a bit more. Right, okay. So how are we going to put this together? Right, first of all, I've used a layer of vellum here. And it's the new layering designs vellum. So it's got a tiny print on it. Where do I want it to come to? I want it to be round about. Let me find a pencil. I want it to be maybe there. Help if I had a lead in the pencil. There we go. About there. So I'm going to trim that off. Now, I have got a banner punch that was a punch from many years ago here. So I can put my vellum into here, line it up and punch. But I'm going to show you what I would do without the banner punch, because some of you won't have it. So what I would do is I would measure the centre of this. So measure to the centre, which is 4'2". So we're going to measure 2'1", and we're going to put it about there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cut up to there, and then cut our tails like so. I've got a little bit of pencil on there, so just rub that out. And then the same here. I don't want to cut too much more off here. So 4'2", so 2'1", mark that there. So cut up there, and then, so that's a fairly safe way of making sure you get nice even banner ends of fishtails, and that is going to go on my card like that. It's a little bit narrower than I wanted it to be, but hey ho, it's fine. Just got to work out which way up this goes. I think that way. Although it's very small text, there's bound to be somebody that will read it and realise that it's not the right way up. And that is just going to go. So I've just put a little bit of Tombow in the centre there. Haven't put it all over. I quite like the ends being free like this, so I don't want to glue the ends down. Right, and then this panel is going to go on to dimensionals. Yeah, that's a little bit smaller than I would have wanted it, that vellum panel, but I'm going to leave it for the moment. So let's grab my dimensionals. And I'm going to use large dimensionals on this. It's got quite a big surface area. Oh, no tweezers out. The thing is, before I come on camera, I have a bit of a tidy up, and then I put everything away that I'm going to need to use. I need to have a sort of an essentials pile, really, of all the things that I know I'm going to need to use again. There we go. So a few dimensionals around here. Looks like I need a new sheet quite soon. I've used all sorts of dimensionals in my time, and I have to say the Stampin' Up ones, although not the cheapest, really are the best. So if you haven't tried our dimensionals, do give them a try. It's like our clear blocks. One of my customers had clear blocks, a set of clear blocks for her husband for Christmas. And she told me that how wonderful she thought they were. They are really great, our clear box. They've got a ridge round them, so you can get your fingers in there and really hold them on, and your fingers then don't dab into the glue, so you can the ink, so you can avoid getting inky fingers. And they're so comfortable to use. So although they are a lot more expensive, I know you can buy them really cheaply in Hobbycraft, but you'll find they're really thin blocks. So they'll be really thin, really quite difficult to get hold of. And so I just, you know, sometimes you just have to pay your money. You get what you pay for, basically. Right, here we go. That is going in the centre there. Raised up on dimensionals. Yeah, that will do. And then I need my butterfly image, which is going to glue in the middle of that one. And again, you can see how all the coordination works so well with Stampin' Up. We've got cardstock, we've got patterned paper, we've got ink, and they're all coordinating exactly properly. And I can tell you, if you use other makes of things, you won't be able to line them up quite as easily. So that's going in the centre there. So again, I'm only going to glue maybe a little bit more, but not the ends of the wings, just the... And that's going in our square there. It's a nice design card, this, isn't it? And I'm quite liking it in the Calypso Coral. Right, last thing, we're going to take a thank you message. This time I did Happy Birthday on this one. I'm going to take the same font, so it's one of the greetings from Blossoms in Bloom. I'm going to take the same font and just stamp that in Memento, black Memento, Tuxedo Black Memento. I'm going to stamp it quite near the bottom of my cardstock. Excuse my head. There we go. And then we're going to take our trimmer. We can just trim it off on the other side, so we get a long, thin, skinny greeting. Like so. And then I just need to judge how wide I want it to be. So the thank you goes in the middle like that, and so I need it to come to, say, there and there, would you say? So we can trim that off. And again, if you want fishtails, I'm not measuring it this time, I'm just going to do it by eye. So cut up and then cut to join them together. And then cut up. Again, if you're not sure about doing this by eye, just measure them, take a little bit more time, because, you know, if you get a wonky fishtail or something, it will spoil your project, so you want it to look perfect. And this is going to be a gorgeous thank you card. And just need some more dimensionals. Where did I put them? There they are. And I can use little ones this time. They are mini dimensionals. One, two, three. This is one of my essential craft room things, is dimensionals. I use quite a lot of these. So quite often, if I'm trying to make an order up a little bit, I will add a pack of dimensionals on to make the order up. There we go. Just take the backs off here. You can use your picker tool. You could use a paper piercer, pokey tool. You could use your nails if you've got any. And then that just goes over the middle of the butterflies like so. So let's get rid of all the rubbish, and a little bit of vellum stuck under there. Bring the other card in. So there are my cards. Very, very easy to do. Very, very pretty, I think. I really like this layout. I was really glad I found that in the old catalogue. And I'm going to do some more rooting through old catalogues to find inspiration as well, because I've really enjoyed doing that. So thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you've enjoyed my project. If you have liked my project and you've not yet subscribed, please press the subscribe button on my channel so you don't miss any of my other videos. Or you can click below. There's a link to this project on my blog, and then you could click to follow my blog. And I do post all my videos on my blog, so again, you wouldn't miss anything then. Really pleased to have you. Don't forget to use my code, which is also on my blog, and I can send you a free product gift if you order from me. But I think that's it from me today. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll be back really soon. Bye for now.